From Minecraft seeds that are questionably survival islands to giant continent seeds. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode here of the Top 10 Minecraft Seeds. Today, we're recording in Minecraft Java Edition 1.20.6, and you know, some of these seeds may not seem like survival islands, but I'm trying to get a variety for every single player. So, if you are new, smash that subscribe button, and let's get into seed number 1. Alrighty, coming in at seed number 1, you guys may actually find this questionable, and you might think about that on the next seeds, but there you go. You're gonna spawn in, and yeah, it's a little close to the mainland, and I'll give you that. I'll give you credit, but look at this. You have this little desert survival island. You have adorable rabbits running everywhere. Like when I was getting ready to start this clip, I could hear them just ripping around wherever they went. Maybe it was the camel. Nope, there they are. There's little rabbits. But you do get a village right off the bat, so you are going to be able to get a little bit of resources, and then you're basically going to have to go exploring, but this is its own individual island. So I guess, yeah, I made it so you'd be able to go get stuff, and it will be a little closer to the mainland because it is a desert island, but it has a village and it is an island. And then if you need a little more resources, you do have a desert temple right there, and you do have another village that stretches up the side of a mountain. So yeah, it is technically, okay, I'm stretching that line of what is and what isn't a survival island. Seed number 2 does go ahead and stretch that line as well, because you're gonna notice you are near land, and it is technically separated, but it is by ice, so you will be able just to casually walk over, right? I mean, you can even do it kind of quicker because it is ice, but you are completely isolated on an island. There is another island next door, and then yeah, there is. It's basically just mainland, but this thing is in its own little groove right here. It's cut out from the mainland, and you do get a shipwreck right off the bat, which I thought was really cool, and I love how these things can spawn in the iceberg. So yeah, I get it. I am, in the first 3 seeds, I am taking some liberties to call these survival islands, but you might like it. It is individual. Let's move on to seed number 3. Well, if you were mad at the first 2, this one, it's not going to help. It's not going to help my case. Trust me, we do get into real survival islands. I wanted to get the weird ones out of the way first, because you do get another survival island that is cut off by a river. See, look, it's not connected, but it has this cool atmosphere. Now this one, again, I'm taking some liberties when I call it a survival island, and this is your spawn point. It is surrounded by icebergs, so you can kind of walk places, but you're gonna have this little secondary island right here, so you and your friend can play right beside each other. Depending if you like him or not, he only gets 2 trees, but then if you just wander over here, you are gonna get a village, which it is mainland, but okay, I get it. Let's get into a real survival island seed. And coming in at seed number 4, it should definitely do it for you. You're gonna spawn in, and this is what I would consider a continent island. Now, the mainland, because I do have a higher render distance, you can kind of see it right here. It does load in if you have a higher render distance, but if you look at it from this point of view, you have one of the most epic survival island areas ever. Look at this right here. You're gonna have multiple islands on a little slough, and you're gonna have multiple biomes, and that on its own is pretty valuable. So you have like dark oak forest, you have spruce, you have a birch forest, you have like a weird beach. It's just really cool to be completely isolated from the mainland and have all this space for activity. So yeah, it is a little close to the mainland. You're not gonna have to travel multiple thousands of blocks just to get here, but it is cut off to the point where you will have to swim to get there. So it's a little better than the last ones, and I really enjoy this seed. Now, coming in at seed number 5, you are gonna have a really interesting spawn point. In this one, I'm gonna be fully honest, it's almost intentional of why I chose it and where it is. The first 3 I just thought would be useful for some new players who want to experience the survival island feel, but this one, I chose it with a purpose. Look at this. You have just a basic plains, and you may be looking at this going, Justin, there's nothing special about this. There's mainland nearby and everything. It doesn't look that crazy. There's even a village over here. Look, you can go to that village if you want, but I chose it for this. Technically, this is completely isolated from the mainland. You are cut off, right? Like, look at, you are cut off. But look at your view from the peak of your mountain, like your cliff range. You could build such a beautiful house in this spot and have just amazing landscapes all around you with this beautiful cliffside area, and it just looks picturesque. So I thought that, you know, I absolutely love cliffs. Cliffs in Minecraft are something that I can't get enough of them. So yeah, this seed came in handy. Now, coming in at seed number 6, this one is a little weird if you ask me. You're gonna spawn in and you're gonna notice you're in a forest biome. You have sheep, you have everything. It's basically like you're connected to the mainland, but you're not. You have this other weird island right here, and it has one tree, it has some animals, well, the 3 trees, I guess, I can't count, but it has some trees, and it's kind of cut off. I should probably turn my render distance down. Like, this is a significant distance away, but my render distance is so high that you can just kind of see it. It's at 32 chunks, if you're wondering, but what really drew me to this seed was this isolation area. If you're willing to swim over here, you have a giant savanna biome that, weirdly enough, is its own individual island. You're gonna notice it just stops. There's literal cliffs, there's everything, and this entire area is completely isolated. So you do have to take like a peninsula to get to it, and it is kind of weird, I understand, but this is just really cool. It's a really interesting survival island, and this would be fun to play on. And then you have, like, you have your spawn point where you can throw farms and stuff, maybe make it your industrial area, and you're still completely isolated. You're on islands, and I just thought it was really cool. Now, I'm pretty sure this is seed number 7. So coming in at seed number 7, it is just a multi-biome survival island. There's nothing crazy. It's nothing nuts. You're gonna have a birch forest, a regular forest. That's roughly it. It's an interesting shape. There's no weird features, and mainland can be found, but it's a distance away. So you do have the option to not solely play this survival island if you didn't want to, but you definitely have the opportunity to completely isolate yourself and really explore what this seed has to offer. Now, this seed is definitely my favorite. It's by far, it has to be. You're gonna notice you spawn into this very difficult landscape. You're gonna have a weird desert beach biome, but then if we travel down the island just a little bit, you're gonna notice, check it out, you have a savanna island, and it's completely isolated. There's no land as far as the eye can see, just coral reef, beautiful landscape, and struggling to find wood. So if you were really looking for a seed that will give you a mega challenge, if this is what you're looking for, well, this is definitely your desert island survival island seed if that's what you were into. Now, this next seed, it's outside of my norm. It's outside of what I normally do. Normally, I try to find seeds where you spawn in right where I want you to be, but this one was too cool to pass up. You're gonna spawn in, spawn school, whatever, fly out to this island. You're gonna see an island out in the distance if your render distance is high enough. This right here is the pinnacle of perfect survival islands. You're gonna have a singular tree, you're gonna have a village, and you're gonna be completely isolated. Now, obviously, if you die, you're gonna have to swim back out here, but that's no big deal. You can just swim. It is perfect. And I know, I wish you would have spawned here, but this seed right here, this is way too cool to let go. Village in the middle, single seed. Have fun with the challenge. I really look forward to seeing what you can do with it. Now, I think you're all gonna call bullcrap on me. I think you're gonna think that this seed isn't really what it is, but welcome to seed number 10, the final one of this video, where you're gonna notice you spawn into a massive chunk of land. And you know, I've been taking some liberties. I've been stretching the survival island aspect of some of these seeds. You know, they're isolated by a river. I get it. I took a little stretch on the first couple, but this one is actually a completely individual continent. and it is amazing. You're going to notice you have this really interesting savanna biome, you have a little forest on the end of it, but then if you're willing to climb through and make it all the way to the other end of the island, you're going to find a village with a blacksmith, right? Like it's right here. It's good to go. So, and then you got a blacksmith, you get some villagers, and then this thing, yeah, there's mainland right there, but it's isolated. Don't worry about that. And then if we go over here, you have more of your own continent that does remain completely isolated from the mainland, and you get some pretty interesting features out here. Like, look at this. You have this weird little cute island, you have a coral reef, you have other cute, like, this is just really cool, and it gives you a really good plate. It gives you a really good palette to play on, and it won't feel too restrictive. You know, you got a lot of cool stuff in one spot. And that's gonna do it for this episode. If you guys ended up making it all the way to the end, some of these seeds were actually recorded in a way that I can make a short out of them. So if you've come from the short, that's amazing. I love it. But if you guys are new to the channel, hit subscribe. And I apologize. The first 3 seeds, I understand I took some liberties, but they were kind of cool enough that I didn't want to leave them out of the video. And I really thought new Minecraft players could use them. So don't get mad at me in the comments. Next video, I'll try to completely destroy your life if you want me to. But that's going to do it. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you're still watching here at the very, very end, comment mango, and I will be giving a heart to every single mango I see. So, peace, I guess. I don't know. How do you do an outro anymore?